One of my favorite times of the basketball year is quickly approaching us. The free agency period, in my opinion, is one of the most insane parts of the year, and we get to see wild and unexpected trades and signings take place that can make or break any team's possibility of winning the following season. With this free agency period, we see some big names that could be looking to make some big headlines, and today I'm here to analyze, dissect, and share my personal opinions on what I think should come about from this free agency. So let's get right into it. The first guy on my list is James Harden. James Harden has had a pretty successful run with the Philadelphia 76ers compared to his time on the Brooklyn Nets. He's been paired with Embiid, and they make a really great duo. Along with the role players on that team like Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey, they've been able to compete with the best of them, and I commend that. When it comes to his free agency period, I feel that the smartest option would be for the team to try to re-sign him and try to keep his talent where it belongs. He's been thriving in Philadelphia, and it would be tough to find a different player of the same caliber to try and fill his shoes. The next player on my list is Russell Westbrook, and despite what the media presents, I actually do like Russell. When he's in his zone, he can be a fundamental piece and can show his high IQ on the court. He's had some bad luck on the last couple of teams he's played with, and especially with the Lakers, sometimes getting a bunch of stars on the same team isn't always the greatest idea, especially when they are all 30 years old or older. I think where Russ is right now is a great place for him, because he's taken on this role player position on the Clippers, and I think that honestly suits his play best. He's got a lot of other great players on his team to back him, and with how the coach has been utilizing his talents, I think there isn't any other team that can use his talents better or more efficiently. Now when it comes to whether he stays on the team or not, will be up to if he and the team can decide on a good number to resign him at, especially if they want the extra money to try and go grab some more helpful hands in the offseason. But I'd really like him to stay on the Clippers. Up next on my list is Kyrie Irving, and along with my Russ argument, goes for the same with Kyrie. Despite what the media portrays, I can't deny that Kyrie is an absolute bucket getter, and he also had some trouble finding a new team to call his home. With Brooklyn, we already know that was the biggest disaster in terms of performance and coaching, and when he finally got out to go to the Mavs, he ended the season with a losing record if I recall correctly. But come this offseason, I hope to see some changes. What I'm hoping is that he teams up with his former teammate LeBron James. I genuinely feel like we could see an almost instantaneous result considering what we saw from them in the past. As far as salary cap goes, I don't know what the Lakers have to give up for him, and it would suck for them to let go of a lot just to get Kyrie back, but I feel like this would be the right deal and it could all be worth it in the future. Now this next guy might take you by surprise, but I think a real game changer to anyone's team could be Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps is definitely a guy that doesn't get talked about as much since he left the Mavs to go to the Wizards, but as we approach his free agency, I can guarantee you that he will be in tons of trade conversations. He is a solid big that can do it all, and it seems like since being in Washington, his skills have developed and rounded out, which I'm sure will increase his value. If I were to pick a team he would thrive on, I would probably say going to the Grizzlies or the Pelicans would be the best bet to spread his wings and benefit the rest of the team. Now the last guy on my list is Khris Middleton. When I think of Khris Middleton, I think of a good facilitator that can give you 20 points on a night when it matters. He was a big part of the Bucks winning a championship besides Giannis and probably Drew Holiday, and has been able to stay consistent with his play besides being injured here and there. But as we approach his free agency, I don't know if it would be best for him to stay with the Bucks or try to take his value elsewhere. I mean, if I had Giannis as a teammate, I wouldn't want to move, but if a team can recognize his value and is a team that's good enough where they're constantly in contention of winning a ring, I think it would be a smart move to make that move. There's very few teams out there, I think, that would fit with him well, but if I were to be hopelessly optimistic, I think he would gel well on the Mavs alongside Luka Doncic. Their play together could generate a lot of good offensive possibilities, and Khris likes to see their teammates get their buckets, as long as that means winning. Whatever happens this upcoming offseason, I personally can't wait. I know that the league is going to look very different next year, and it's also going to be so much fun to watch with the new rookies coming in as well. Let me know what you think the biggest move could be this offseason in the comments down below, and make sure to leave a like if you made it this far. Also be sure to subscribe if you like basketball content like this. I upload every 2 weeks, or every week if you're lucky, and I always keep the topics interesting. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one.